Alright, so I'm here to show you how to fix a leak on an axle of a F930 or F935, F932 John Deere front mount mower. So first off, what you're going to see right here is this is the end of an axle. And you can see the bearing in here. This actually, I have this disconnected for now. Not a big deal. But the first step is actually to take out these bolts right here that hold the axle and the transmission up in. You can also undo all this stuff as well. You can actually take this off, and I'll show you the other side where you take off the mounts for the mower deck that fits on the front. You also have other bolts back here which you're going to have to take out. Now let's go ahead and spin around the other side so you can see this a little bit closer. Oh, wait, before I go, you have to take all the this crap off, your brake drums, your brake assembly, everything else. That's all going to mount out here on the outside, and that actually looks a little bit like this here. So do yourself a favor and maybe take a couple pictures and videos of how that looks before you do it. Now, like I said, you go around the other side, and here we go. So what you got here is you have all the assembly removed. I got rid of all the arms that are attached to the bottom of it. I dropped it down. Also, if you look in here, there's also this piece of metal that also goes on the outside of the axle housing. Now that you see that, I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple other things off so I can show you where the seal is. Now, on this side, I've already gone and taken the pleasure of replacing this bearing on the outside. If you wanna know what that bearing is, here you go. You can take a look at this part number. Go ahead and order it appropriately. That'll replace that bearing. And you might notice that if you have a leak or anything else, it's going to kind of get sloppy. Things are going to turn into, a mess inside. You can see all the ball bearings are loose out of their cage. So, back to what I was saying before. If you look back in here, I just put a couple of bolts in here to make sure that it didn't come out on me. And so, let me set that right there so you can take a look-see. And dumb son of a gun. So, take these bolts out. There's actually, I think it's 6 of them that go around the outside, holding it in place. There's other ways to take care of this. You take the whole axle assembly off. There you go. You see how that whole assembly comes off. In order to replace that bearing, you're actually going to pull this out. You're going to have to take the bearing out of this housing. And right here you go. I put a new one on already, so it's real easy. See how the whole system works here. And the next thing you're looking at, how easy that is in here is actually where the seal resides. Now I pulled this seal out appropriately. So as you can see, here's the bearing. I pulled it out. It's a little bit marred up appropriately, but it's going to sit right in there. Now, once you pull that bearing out, you have your new bearing, which is going to be this part right here. Go ahead and take a look at that. M48934. All right, it's in the beautiful packaging, and it's going to go back in there, and the whole assembly is going to get put back together. But I'm not going to really show too much of that. I might show a finished product, but I just want to give some people, if you're looking for how much of a pain in the ass this is going to be, what this is going to look like. You know, you don't get a clear picture of how this whole axle assembly comes off. And I might do one more shot whenever I'm done. But if I don't, I'm sorry. But at least this will help give you a little bit clearer picture of where this whole assembly takes place inside this monstrosity of a front mount mower. And whenever you get a chance, hey man, drink a little whiskey. Ah, yeah. Delicious. Oh yeah, and one disclaimer. If you're too much of a pussy to take apart this lawnmower, I suggest not doing it. You might want to cuddle up on the couch with a nice coloring book, maybe a puppy and something else to make you feel secure. But if you're up for a challenge, I mean, it's not really that hard of a job to do. Just go ahead, find your best favorite whiskey, pour a little bit in a glass, go out, tear into that shit, man, and good luck.